We wanted it to feel like those moments of Pedro Infante, Jorge Negrete films where there's just the sparkle in the eye and the song in the heart. I'm Adrian Molina. I am the co-director and screenwriter on Disney Pixar's Coco. Coco is this story about family and passion and music.
And the winner is Luchadora Coco!
It's about a kid named Miguel who has this desire to be a musician, and he grows up in a family where a heartbreaking history makes it so that they don't allow that.
No music! No music!
So for this film, we really needed to get the audience to understand that, music was the air that Miguel breathed. When you're trying to capture a feeling, oftentimes words aren't useful in conveying it, so we needed to figure out a way to do it without him having to say it, and that took a few kicks at the can. So, the first thing we tried was to have him actually say, I'm a musician, it's in my bones, I need to do this.
Great-great-grandfather, I want to be a musician, just like you.
The good thing about having him say it is that it was clear, and people watched it and they're like, we understand, we get that he wants to be a musician, but we don't feel it. If you're gonna sing about your feelings and you're not allowed to, then you should do it in a place that no one's gonna see it. And we had this attic where Miguel could kind of express himself without the worries of the expectations of other people.
I wish someone wanted to hear me, other than you. Okay.
And that setting actually became the first thing that allowed us to speak what his emotions were without him saying anything. We decorated it like a 12-year-old kid would decorate a room for one of his idols, and this idol happened to be a musician, Ernesto de la Cruz. All of a sudden, all of the detail that he put into creating this ofrenda to this person who we wanted to connect with was saying something about him, was saying how much he longed for a role model or someone whose path he could follow. And we loved that that fit in so much with the core of the spirit of Dia de Muertos, which is this time where you put up an altar so that you can have a connection with someone who is missing from your life.
I have to play. The music, it's not just in me, it is me.
Without Miguel having to say anything, let's let the guitar be his voice. Let's let De La Cruz speak from the past and give him the encouragement he needs. And let's create this duet across time where you feel this connection and this communion between a living kid and a guy who died, decades ago. Being able to see Miguel doing the fretting and the finger picking on this guitar and hearing those sounds come out, that action says something about how much time he's invested into this and how much he wants this because he's talented and he's put in the time. By luck, I had heard this really simple guitar melody at a coffee shop. It sounded like something a kid would be able to play. And then I went on to YouTube and I started grabbing musical clips from Pedro Infante, Jorge Negrete, and then started to cut together this audio sketch of a duet between a simple guitar line and these voices from the past, these musical nostalgic moments that were talking about music and talking about passion.
No one was going to hand it to me. It was up to me to reach for that dream, grab it tight, and make it come true.
And all of a sudden, that became the way that we could express this desire, this motivation, this passion. And after we did that, when we showed it to people, there was no longer the note, I don't feel it. Everyone felt it at that point, and that was a big breakthrough in the storytelling for us.